On today's video, we're going to be talking about differences between being a full-time real estate agent and being a full-time flipper. What's better, flip homes or sell homes and help people buy and sell homes? Both could be very lucrative, but both require different sets of skills, completely different sets of skills. Let's start with being a flipper. The biggest pro, I would say, you make more money per deal. So every time you'll see a flip, on average, you'll make a little bit more money than when you were representing the clients, buying or selling pretty much the same property. On average, flipping homes, you're probably going to see $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 per flip. The same property, agents would usually make $5,000 to $7,000 to $8,000. So immediately you think, well, flipping's better. So let's keep going. Another pro, you don't really have to deal with people's emotions. If you don't feel like dealing with people, dealing with their emotions is something you would be interested in doing for a long term, then being an agent is definitely not going to be for you, because that's one of the biggest things. So in flipping, you really don't have to deal with people's emotions, because you are making the decision whether to buy the property or to sell the property or to rent the property. You are the client and you are the decision maker. But you still have to deal with kind of the buyer's emotions when they're buying your flip from you, but you have an agent who are kind of absorbing the emotions and bringing you the logic. So those are the pros, I would say, being a flipper. Now let's talk about the cons of being a flipper. Flipping houses requires a lot of risk. You don't know what's going to happen with interest rates. You don't know what's going to happen with the demand. You don't know during the flip that the market might change. You also don't know what you're buying all the way. You should always expect that there's unexpected repairs that needs to be made. It might also wipe out the whole income you were predicting you're going to be making on that flip. And a lot of times you'll be breaking even on the flips, and sometimes even losing money because there's an unexpected thing that just arises. Contractor opens up the wall and says, oh my God, you didn't know about this, and this is what's happening, and it's another $20,000 bill which you didn't know. Another con, you need to raise money. And in order for you to do 10, 20 flips at the same time, you need to raise a lot of money. Either your own money, if you have deep pockets, or you're going to be raising money. And as soon as you have a deal, you need the money, you need to raise. And if you don't have a big database of people are able to give you the money, you're not going to be able to raise a lot of money. Con number 5 is that you are starting with the zero every single time you do a next flip. There's no referrals in this business. It's only starting from the zero. You have a high cost of acquiring a client. So you're starting from the zero every single time. I don't know what your goals will be. If you're thinking about this as a full-time career, you probably will have to implement some systems, but in the beginning you can drive for free and then kind of find out who the owner is, and that will take a lot of time of yours. Let's talk about being an agent. What are the biggest pros of being a real estate agent? So there's no risk. Pretty much there's no risk, just your time. You're risking your time. If you're going to be working with a buyer or seller, and this buyer or seller change their mind and they decide not to buy or sell, you really don't lose money, you just lose time and some gas. When you're going to be growing into a team and growing into maybe a brokerage, or having some agents under you that are helping you, then you're probably going to be investing in leads because you need to feed more agents and help them sell more. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the full-time agent career right now. So there's really no risk, just time. Pro number 2, if you have a good service and you're good at your craft, you're going to get referrals. And referrals is the very beautiful thing in this business. Your cost per client acquired is almost zero. You can be a full-time agent working only by referrals and don't have to worry about where the next lead is coming, because your clients are bringing you the leads because your service was good. Pro number 4, when you're starting out, there's a network. You join a company and there's a lot of agents you can ask questions. There's a managing broker, there's team leaders, there's other agents, there's other admin staff that you can ask questions and get help. It's a little bit more helpful and it's a little bit more enjoying and also easier to start because you have a network of people you can ask questions. So those are the pros. Here's a couple cons that we have being an agent. The con number 1 is dealing with emotions. If you feel like you're not the person who can deal with emotions and learn people and listen to them and manage their emotions, don't even think about getting into real estate, because it's not going to be lucrative for you. You're just going to waste time here. People are going to feel like you're not really into this industry. You just wanted to make money. It's a commission breath that you're going to have. Nobody wants to deal with agent who's not good and who doesn't care about their client and them. So you're not going to be successful. Managing emotions is something you really have to ask yourself. Can I be patient? Can I talk to people? Do I enjoy being around people? Do I enjoy networking with people? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't be getting into real estate as an agent. But if the answer is yes, then it's really not a con for you because it's fine. Now, the other con is that there's a lot of driving, especially when you're working with buyers. There's a lot of driving. Some buyers want to see 20, 30, 40 houses, and you will have to drive a lot. Here it is. Here's you got pros and cons of being a flipper. Here's the pros and cons of being an agent. I'll tell you this. You can make money with both. If you focus on one, you're going to be much further than doing both at the same time. So if you're going to be a flipper, just be that for full time. Or you're going to be an agent full time and reinvest back into your business. If you're focusing on doing something, just do that, double down on it, then do it much better and grow that. And then maybe when it's overspilling and it's so great, you can kind of diversify in the other fields. If you ask me, I'm an agent. I've never flipped. I flipped like 2 or 3 houses. I'm a broker. I'm a managing broker of the company. And I like that side a little bit more just because there's less risk.